Mhm.
You doing okay? Good to
You
see
say
you.
you doing okay?
Everyone doing all right? Awesome, awesome,
All right, we're live.
wonderful. School's okay. Wonderful. Hey, good evening, everybody. Listen, I'm opening this evening with a little bit of something everyone calls economic violence. If you've been living in America, in Canada, somewhere where you've been living for over 10 years, you've been working, making an income, and at this point, you are over 30 years old, you don't have clarity on how you can solve a $2,000 problem without using your credit card, a bank account, or borrowing from the bank or borrowing from family. You have to be on this live and you have to be listening to this video. You need to take your financial life seriously because, as you know, the world is cruel to broke and poor people. Ladies and gentlemen, we are glad to have you this evening on the live show. How's everyone doing? I'm here again as usual every Thursday evening. I'm here with my man, my brother, Dr. Edimo. Dr. Edimo, how you doing?
Oh, my brother, my friend, my mentor, Gustav Biachu. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's another Thursday. This Thursday they go by pretty quick, especially when you're busy and you're figure out what your purpose is. As you rightly
Absolutely.
know, we're gonna be talking about purpose today, but I'm so excited and thrilled to get this segment started.
Listen, I'm even more excited and thrilled because we are living in a very confusing time. The last 1 month, the market has been down about 5 or 7%, right? A lot of companies have been bleeding red. Fortunately, the results from Nvidia yesterday brought the market alive this morning, but it went back red again. A lot of people are confused. They don't know exactly what they should be doing. People are worried about their retirement. Companies are firing people. Verizon, I saw you put that up today. Verizon is going to be letting go of what, 113,000 people or something. I mean,
Yep.
it is a crazy time to be alive, Dr. Dimo. So I really believe for anybody who is stumbling on our life, who is watching us right now, count yourself blessed. Because our number one goal is to help people be able to make sense out of the confusion, to be able to see clearly in times of darkness, and to have clarity on not only their purpose, but their ability to navigate these difficult times. But one of the things which is important to recognize is the fact that we don't only talk about money. We don't only talk about investing, about building wealth. We talk about the machine that generates the results that you need. And until that machine is fine tuned and even identified, it is almost impossible. Dr. Dimo, you talk very often about the power of purpose. You talk very often about how over the last 1 year you've been working diligently on identifying what is it that you came to do in this life and getting yourself in the line to try to start doing that. I want us to open today with this spiritual aspect of wealth building. Purpose. How important is purpose towards not only building wealth, maintaining wealth, and passing it over to generations to come?
My brother, again, as I rightly said, it's a beautiful day to be alive. I usually tell people every day above ground is a blessing, and it gives you an additional day for you to make an impact into this world. An impact, it's not just monetary value. An impact might be something that might change someone, either from a physical perspective, from a monetary perspective, from a spiritual perspective. And every day, that you live on this earth. It is a testimony and it's also a privilege for you to continuously ask yourself if you are on that path on discovering the purpose that God sent you into this world. If you remember, I don't remember the quote in the Bible, but
Mm-hmm.
Jesus gave some folks, some laborers, coins. Some came, some multiplied those coins, some came back with the same coins, and some lost. And the
That's
ones
right.
that the ones that lost their coin, he rebuked them and cursed them. This is a testimony that we are not just given life to live, but we are given life to multiply, to create an impact. And we can only do that when we figure out what our purpose on this earth is. Purpose in itself is not found, it's built through action, reflection, and alignment. And when purpose leads, money follows. You don't burn out when you align with purpose. You burn bright. So when you find your purpose, it just
Mm,
comes
mm, mm,
naturally.
mm, mm.
It comes naturally. You enjoy what you're doing.
Hang
You
on, Dr. Divo, stop for a minute. You cannot be throwing that kind of knowledge and pearls, and you are just walking past it. Listen, you don't burn out, you burn bright. I want you to
you
go
burn
back to that expression. I want
you don't
everybody to listen to that.
you don't burn out when aligned with purpose. You burn bright.
You don't burn out when aligned with purpose, you burn bright.
Yep.
Keep going, my brother. Keep going.
So eventually, every day that I go to bed and when I wake up, I ask myself and I pray for God to continuously show me that purpose. Because whenever you find that purpose, you find a joy, you find some peace, you do things with limited effort, and you will shine and bright as long as you put in all your energy, all your effort in achieving what God sent you to this world to do. Some of us, we have discovered our purpose, but we run away from the purpose. That is why we heard a story of the book of Jonah, where Jonah was supposed to preach the gospel. He kept running. A whale had to swallow him and bring him back to Nineveh. Some of us, we've been swallowed multiple times, but again, we still don't believe that that is our purpose. And we keep chasing and chasing money just as a result for us. And we realize that with all the money that we still have, we still don't find peace. We still don't find fulfillment in all that we do. I usually draw back purpose to this guy called Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain was one of CNN hosts. He had a show on CNN. This was a guy that CNN paid him to travel the world to eat. A lot of us, that could have been an ideal job for me. I could have
Very
loved
true.
such a gig. But guess what? This guy had demons in him. He was going through his own stuff. He eventually committed suicide. So it's really critical for us to kind of figure out what we want to do, what we want to attain, and what is that particular reason we're brought into this world. Now, diverting it towards purpose. When you find your purpose, as I rightly said, you're light, you don't burn out, you burn bright. It's
Yes.
easy, it flows. The things that you're putting, everything you touch, it turns to gold because that is what God has put you into this world. And I
Yes.
believe that it is each and everyone's responsibility to figure out and to pray because you can't do it all by yourself. You have to pray for God to continuously show you what your purpose is.
Wow. I don't know if we should continue the live. I think the sermon is over. I think this is good enough for today. I mean, I don't know what else to say because Dr. Dimo, that was brilliantly put. Now, the natural question that will come to most people's mind, because purpose is one of those things that everyone hears it, they are familiar with the word, they've heard it, but a lot of people cannot really articulate what that is. What is purpose to you? And what would you say is your purpose?
you know, I believe purpose is that thing that you turn you would do a couple of things in life, but there is one or two that you finally do, and you realize that you find some joy into it. You do it without any form of you pushing yourself too much. It just brings artificial joy. And whenever you do that thing, you shine into. People see you. If you're moving around and sometimes somebody talks to you, somebody might say, "Oh, Mr. Gustav, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way sometimes I've heard you speak in, you've been emceeing occasions and stuff, you move the crowd and stuff." Again, don't just look at that as if somebody's just admiring that. Look at that as ask yourself, is this what God wants from me? And then you, as an individual, you might have multiple purpose, not necessarily one. But if you identify one of those multiple purposes that you might have, it is your due diligence to build on that. Because God gave you the initial talent, each and everyone has the capability to build on that. And when you find that purpose, I'll tell you, you will, anything you touch will turn into gold. And at the same time, you don't just, it must not align all with money. Because when sometimes when you find that purpose, it'll be tough. Sometimes some of the purpose that you are aligned with, they're not in any monetary value. But in some way, shape, or form, when you find your purpose, money will flow. Money will flow when you know how to translate that purpose, but not with the essence of just making money, but is with the essence of giving back. Somebody like me, I realized financial literacy, teaching people how to build generational wealth, how to create revenue for themselves, and how to leave something back for their great grandchildren when they pass on. When anytime I talk about this, I don't find it, I don't, it's not stressful to me. It just flows. Sometimes I might have a 1 hour deliberation with a client. It's past 1 hour, it's 1 hour, 30 minutes. I'm not rushing that I have to close that talk
Right.
in order to go pick up the next customer or stuff like that. I don't look at time. I
Yes.
look at what I offer because sometimes it's not all about the money. I had a client, yes, last night. I was supposed to talk to this client for an hour. We ended up talking for 2 hours.
Look at
She
that.
wanted to pay me for 2 hours. I said, no, you
Oh,
pay me for an hour.
an
There
hour.
are certain
Wow.
things I just enjoy. If this was not, again, if I perceive this was not my purpose, it could have been boring for me. I want to do this thing and get out of it as early as possible. The goal for me is just to make money. So
Absolutely.
money, I believe money will flow when you find your purpose. And I'll tell you, where I was with Walmart 2, 3 years ago, and now, just yesterday, I got a client that I charged $3,000. Just today, this afternoon, I got a client that I charged $4,000.
Yes.
This was something that was not visible to me. I
Right.
used to just charge two hundred and fifty
$500 and
dollars or $500, and
you think you've
sometimes
charged
they'll
too
even
much.
still want to pay me 350. you know, and I think that I've
Absolutely.
charged too much. But right now, when I sell what I offer, when I give you, it's like me telling you what I will do for you, show you what I have done for myself, and show you that roadmap. Even
Yeah.
asking you for $7,000, you don't even hesitate.
Yes.
That is when your purpose finds and aligns with more. And when you find your purpose, money follows.
Listen, that's a brilliant one, especially because most people, of course, will always want to figure out their purpose, uncover their purpose, but also wonder how they can make that purpose pay them in life, how that purpose can become something they do for a living, earn a living to it, and certainly live their lives happily for the rest of time. Now, by no means am I suggesting, or Dr. Edimo suggesting that every purpose must deliver the kind of value you want. No, but you have to be able to recognize that the value of what you deliver because you are playing in the arena of your purpose. It's long lasting, it's more impactful, and most likely more satisfying, even to you. Because one of the things that a lot of people don't realize, especially in the times we live, Dr. Edimo, everything is measured by numbers now, and
So,
numbers by translation money, right?
mhm,
Even
mhm.
human satisfaction. People don't even have the ability anymore to equate what peace of mind really means. I was listening to a millionaire investor yesterday on a podcast, and the guy said, boy, it took me 25 years to finally realize that peace of mind has a price.
Oh yeah,
Peace of mind has a
it's the
price.
price.
And so the guy asked him, what do you mean? You are 62 years old today, you're still young. And he said, listen, what I mean by peace of mind has a price is where I am now. Over the last 40 years, I've built 6 companies, sold some, made money, filed for bankruptcy, lost 2 marriages, the 2 divorces, things like that. Where I am right now, no amount of money can make me go start to build a new business. I
It's
cannot do
true.
that. because I realize my peace of mind is worth more than $1 billion. That's how much I have assigned to my peace of mind. So unless it is something that I know I'm going to make more than $1 billion to trade my peace of mind, I'm not going to do it. So this is a
Yep.
technique I learned to from him about assigning value to that. Because you touched on some very critical things through your expose here on purpose, Dr. Dimo. And for everybody listening to us, welcome. Make sure you go back again and watch this podcast. Watch the other pieces, but watch especially this intro, the way Dr. Edimo presented purpose, the reason why that is important, because that is actually the pillar of your life. Everything else you are doing, it's hot air until it gives you a certain amount of value, a certain amount of contentment, and a certain amount of satisfaction that your life has some meaning.
Right.
Now, Dr. Edimo, let's make some forward progress here. We'll certainly be talking a little bit about purpose in different elements. But in recent times, of course, the last 1 month, the market has been bleeding really badly, right? The state of the economy is confusing. People don't know if it's working good, if it's not working, if they're going to lose their jobs, if we're going into a crash, if we're going into a recession. The stock market, people are selling off, taking profits, all the different things. Can you just in a few minutes make sense of the economy right now for somebody who is starting to invest or who actually has been investing, but they don't have the mastery of the things that are happening? Can you make sense of it to them so they don't panic?
Oh, absolutely. Guys, we're living in one of the most incredible times in history. The stock market has been there for over 100 years, and there have been volatile times, be it the Great Depression, be it the 2008 financial crisis, or COVID-19 that we thought everybody would be dead and the stock market would crash and we won't have any money. But with the trend of stuff, all of these all of this negativity that comes into life, the stock market has just continuously rebounded and even gotten better. So we're just in one of those times. And this is not even a time compared to the Great Depression or the 2008 financial crisis. We're in a time of volatility. Interest rates are high. That makes borrowing very expensive. Um, Inflation, things are very expensive compared to the amount of money people make. Every day, a dollar, you're losing value on a dollar. The global uncertainty, we don't really understand what's going on. Here in the United States, the government was shut down for over 40 something days, and we don't really have the stats to see how the economy is going. So all this uncertainty, right now, the Supreme Court is deciding whether it's still thinking whether Donald Trump's tariffs are legal. So the uncertainties are great. And right now, in such a time, hedge funds, they are playing with retail investors, their mindsets. They are playing, some of them are catching. If you have billions of dollars to invest, you can compare with somebody that has just hundreds of dollars to invest. So
Absolutely.
somebody that has a 7% gain on $1 billion or $1 trillion, you that has 7% gain on $1,000, you can compare. So
Absolutely.
you will see a lot of volatility at this time, but this is the great time for you to just sit quiet, forget your password, automate your investment, and continue to buy what you buy. Continue to buy on those growth companies. Continue to buy on those indexes, S&P 500. Those are solid indexes. Continue to make sure that you, as an individual, you don't just listen to the noise. There is just enormous noise out there, be it in the TVs, be it to on some of these people that they call themselves gurus, that they have little or no idea what the stock market is. Don't listen to them. If you're a seasoned investor, keep doing what you're doing. If you'll be making profits pre this time, continue to just do what you're doing. You continuously make profits. Volatility creates opportunity. Small investors buy during volatility. That is why it is always recommended to have 10 to 7% of your portfolio in cash. So that times like this, you can increasingly buy on some of those companies that are going down 10, 15%. Because I'll tell you, within the next 30 to 90 days, they'll be at an all-time high again, and you have to take advantage of those low times when those funds are. Also, tech valuation. A lot of these companies, they're saying that tech valuation is too high. Um, Companies keep investing in AI, in open AI, in all these companies, Nvidia and stuff. They're not seeing the returns out of it. Somebody like Nvidia just reported yesterday. They nailed the top and bottom lines, and
Crazy.
their guideline, their guidance forecast into the future was incredible. But guess what? The market was up this morning due to the fact that the Federal Reserve came back stating that they won't be cutting the rates for December. The market just got
Thanks.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, little things like this can have an impact on the stock market. But you and I, that our focus is long-term fundamentals, not short-term noise. Don't pay attention to short-term noise. Automate your investment every time you get paid. Automate, keep some cash to take advantage of such down days because you will always be happy when we get back to the new all-time highs.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, if I might summarize what you just said, I mean, the way I understood it, guys, one of the beautiful things about these conversations is that you are not the only ones learning. I learn too a lot of times from Dr. Edimo when he speaks. Same way I believe too when I speak, he learns, right? So we all
Absolutely.
are growing, we all are evolving. We are not a finished product yet. We are just ahead of the game. We are where we can teach you some of the things from places we've been through so that way you don't make the same mistakes. It takes you a shorter period to really accelerate your growth and you can see success faster with much, much less pain. That is what I
Yep.
want everybody to understand. We never come on this live show claiming to be some geniuses or some guys who know some magic stuff. No, but we are some guys who have just educated ourselves. We've gone through the process. We've gone through the fire. We've lost money from stupid decisions. We know how the stock market works. We spend enormous amounts of money to train ourselves, get mentors, read books, go through
We keep
Series
educating.
65,
Yep.
educating ourselves, passing board exams. And that's why we can help fast track that process for you. And if you're watching us at this time, let me just take a minute to share something. I think this is the right time to do that, just so that um, uh, we can get everyone on the same path. Guys, I don't know where you're watching us from, but if you look down in the comment section of this video, you will see a link. But before I even share that link, I want to share something with you, right? On Monday, on Monday, guys, pay attention to me here. This is very important. On Monday, November 24th, at exactly 7, is it 7 p.m. in the 5 p.m.
Yep.
Texas time, Dr. Edimo is going to be hosting a very, very powerful conference. And I want each and every one of you who is here on the line, don't only get a ticket for yourself, but encourage somebody else to get this. Send the link to them. In this seminar, he's going to be working on the real life situation, his real life journey of how he grew from a $5 portfolio and built that portfolio to six figures. Guys, listen, I don't endorse many people. I endorse only people who I know that have the ability to deliver on what they say they are going to deliver, because that is the quality of work I do. I make sure I always deliver to my clients. And so if I'm telling you about somebody and I'm telling you about the seminar that you have to attend, understand that it is important, but it's not only important, it's life-changing. If you want to change your life from 2026, if you want to go past 99% of people, this is a seminar you have to attend. And the cost is only $50. It's a $199. I am the one who begged him and convinced him and said, Dr. Dimo, listen here. We are getting close to Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. It's a busy time of the year. I know you're not doing this to make money. This is not what's going to pay your bills. But please, can you just do something for the people? Can you do something for my people, for the people who follow me, for the people who listen to my teachings, for the people who are on my platform? Can you just make it $50, please, so everybody can afford it? Nobody can say they are trying to prepare for Christmas, they will not be able to pay for it. No, there's no excuse. and he accepted to do that. So right now, if you look down in the comment section of this live stream on YouTube, click on that link. Go ahead and buy your ticket right now. If you buy your ticket right now and you confirm in the link that you've bought your ticket on the day of the seminar itself, Dr. Edimo will bring you live to give a word for 1 minute to everybody who
Yep.
is at the seminar. So if you go ahead, get your ticket, let's get going. I'll leave this on the screen for a little bit so you can take screenshots. Make sure you remember the day. Down in the comment section, the link is there. So, Dr. Edimo, of course, we'll be doing this seminar. We continue to strengthen people, but some of the things we talked about, how to prepare. Number one, people should have whole cash, at least 7 to 10% in their portfolio, so that they can take advantage of downturn. Number
Just
two,
1 minute. Did you share this on your our live on Facebook?
no, on YouTube. YouTube.
But there was a way that you usually share on Facebook that we can see it on Facebook. You didn't do it this time?
Oh, okay. No, I will do it because we are streaming on YouTube right now.
Okay, okay.
Yes, and we're streaming only on YouTube.
YouTube. Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
we'll do that too. We'll cut a piece and put on Facebook. We'll move that over. Wonderful.
Okay.
So, guys, but do you see the link on YouTube?
Yeah, I see the link. I see the link.
Awesome, awesome. So,
Yes.
guys, that's the link. Let's go ahead and make sure we click on that link. Anybody wants you have any questions you have, ask down in the comment section. Also, confirm in the comment section once you pay for your course right now, so that way we'll notate your name and we'll bring you live on the actual event day, which is Monday the 24th, 5 p.m. Texas time. Don't forget. So, Dr. Dimo, how do people
And
prepare?
just
Go
and
ahead.
just to add again, we don't have my Stripe link there, but they can use the number on the flyer, do Cash App or Zelle. That works
Oh,
as well.
wonderful. Okay, okay, wonderful. So the number on the flyer, we can do Cash App or Zelle through that. That's awesome,
Yeah.
guys. That's awesome. So those who cannot use the link, you can do Cash App or Zelle. That's wonderful. Awesome. So Dr. Dimo, let's go. How do we prepare now with all this confusion, with all these tough times?
You know, as we rightly said, we're living in a time that is very, very tough. A lot of folks have lost their jobs. A lot of folks have been sitting on the sidelines 3 months, 6 months, 9 months without a job, without a paycheck. Some of them, their houses are going on foreclosure. Some folks are on the brink of yeah, losing their house and their cars. Folks, there isn't any time better than now for us to start reinventing the wheel. We cannot be doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You have to start by paying yourself first. Your future is your first bill. If you
Yeah.
can't understand that, then you have a problem. Your future is your first bill. If you're living in a situation where $2,000 is more than you, if you have a flat tire or you have an accident where you have to put a $2,000 down payment on, on buying a new car or repairing your car, and all you have to move to is a payday loan, then you have a problem. If you're living in a time when you get paid, before you even realize how much you get paid, you're already figuring out when the next paycheck is going to hit or when you're going to get some extra money to pay for some bills, then you're living in the wrong side of history. Gone are those days that we just leave. We just exist. We have to start living. And that starts with you figuring out where your money goes. If you don't understand where your money goes, there is no way you can fix your money problems. Some of us, we shy away from opening our bank accounts. Some of us, we run away when they say, go to Wells Fargo, show me your bank account. You shy. You put every bill on minimum payment. You know, that is scary. All those credit cards that you put on minimum payment will take you 17, 19 years to pay it off. And you've paid like 4 times on what you're owing, if you even ever happen to pay it. Because a lot of us, as we pay $50, we spend $250. Gone are those days that you just walk into the mall and just buy stuff for fun. Meanwhile, you have zero on emergency fund, you have zero invested, you have zero on retirement. I usually ask myself, how do you plan to live your life above 60? If you're 40 right now, or you're 30, or you're 50, ask yourself, when you're 60, 65, when you won't have that energy to work as much as you're working right now, how do you plan to live your life? The other day, the Social Security, it was stated that by 2032, Social Security, we will be losing over 25% unless Congress goes in and up that. And you know how they're going to up that? By increasing taxes. And with the way things are going, with the cost of living adjustment going up at least 3% every year, Social Security, you'll be living under the poverty line. So how do you plan? If your bills are $10,000 now, how do you plan to pay? At that time, it will be my 15,000. How do you plan to pay for $15,000 every month with a $2,800 paycheck from Social Security? It's never it's never too late to start, guys. It's never too late to start. And that is why we started the portfolio, the $5 portfolio 10 years ago. Because we identified that there will be a time that if you don't pay yourself first, if you don't give your future the first bill, your future is your first bill. If you don't prepare for that, you will be lagging behind and it will be difficult, especially when you get older. Because I will tell you here and now, the world is cruel to broke people and old. We don't want to get into that state where we will depend solely on our kids in order to make ends meet. We are the last generation to take care of our parents. Our kids won't have that kind of tenacity, won't have that kind of heart to keep us unlimited open and closed doors to our houses. You come there for a week or two, and they'll tell you, Daddy, when are you leaving?
And it will be unfair for them to keep us forever.
Absolutely. Things gonna be really expensive for them. It's gonna be really expensive. I look at my kids. I don't even know if they'll be able to afford a home with
If we don't do
the way,
something.
yeah. So if we don't start teaching, and it starts with us, if we don't start putting things together, showing our kids. I hear parents, oh, I didn't live this life. My kids should live this life. I see a 6-year-old wearing Louis Vuitton. I see a 10-year-old wearing Ferragamo. Do they know what they are wearing? Do they? But these kids don't even have $1,000 in the stock exchange market. As much as we might throw stones on Donald Trump. Right now, he passed a bill that if you're born in the United States, they should open you a brokerage account with $1,000 in there to begin with. Even if you don't put a dime in there, that kid with that $1,000 at 24, they'll have over $50,000 to $75,000 in there. This is not rocket science, guys. We are living in the greatest country in the world, that you can use the capitalistic tendencies of this country to build a life that you want for yourself and for your kids. But we don't do it. We keep ourselves working so hard, but we don't work smart. Most of our gathering, we don't talk about how to build wealth. All we talk about is who is cooking the next day, who's cooking the next meeting, what kind of drinks are we buying? Is it the 1738 or the gold labels? We are misprioritizing and not understanding how the rich goes richer in this country. It's high time, guys. Your paycheck, 75 of that, or minimum, 75 or less, should go to essentials and lifestyle. That is when you have a family. 15% to go to stocks, your IRA, and your brokerage accounts. And 10% should go towards building at least that $2,000 emergency fund and starting that emergency fund that will cover your 3 to 6 months expenses. If you are not there yet, or you need help, that's why my brother Gustav and I are here to help you. We don't charge you. We charge you little or nothing. This is our purpose. We do this because we love it. It's not the $2,000 that you're going to come give me to pay my mortgage here, guys. No, it's
Hey,
just that we
Dr.
want to
Divo.
help you. We want to help you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that is awesome. And we are going to be talking now about how to distribute the paycheck, which is something you've touched already. But I usually like to break this calculator up when you and me are on this live show,
Yeah,
just
you see, my
because,
brother, he's
yeah.
already looking at when he'll be in Santa with 3.2 million.
But
Some of us
interestingly
can.
enough, this is a calculation I just did this afternoon, right about 2 o'clock with a client I had, right? And
Yep.
I'm actually building a complete world blueprint for his family, him, his wife, and his 4 kids. And the idea behind the blueprint is to make sure that the money lasts from their fifth generation and beyond. 5 generations is 100 years. A generation is 20
Yep.
years. So this person is already thinking about something that will last, like the Vanderbilts and all these rich people, right?
He
So I
said,
was doing a small demonstration here for his 19-year-old daughter. I said, you are 19. She has a small job she's doing now, right? And she can afford to put away $250 a month. And she's 19. She starts off with $160. And she is planning to open this account, to look at the account only when she turns 55 years old. Okay. So for 36 years, she will be putting $250 a month. And look at what she's going to be sitting on at the age of 55, $3.2 million. All she had contributed in those 36 years is $108,000. Her account grew by $3.1 million. Dr. Dimo, take it and run, man. How should people
my
organize
brother,
their paychecks in order to
see,
find money to invest like this? And once you just take a $4,000 paycheck for somebody who is 30 years old, living in San Antonio. Work on that paycheck for me. Give me a number to put in here. Let's see what they can be at the age of 60, 30 years later.
a $4,000 paycheck at the minimum that you want to be investing in the stock market, you should be putting $4,000 paycheck. You should be putting at a minimum $600 minimum.
So that's
That
seven thousand
means
two
that means
hundred. That's $7,200 a year, but $600 a month. Yeah,
yes,
let's do
yes,
that.
and
Okay,
that's $300 every pay period.
correct.
That's easy.
That's
Yep.
fair.
Mhm.
Can we close the show, please?
I
I
think
think
we should.
I don't.
I, brother, I mean, don't be too, don't be. Let's be conservative. Let's be conservative.
Let's
Put
even
it
do
at an
10. Let's start with 10%.
yeah, yeah,
Then even. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's still $2.2 million.
yeah. Scroll
That's the
down,
worst case
scroll.
scenario.
Yes, the worst case scenario, 2.2 million. Was scroll down to the end of the schedule there. Okay, 10%. All you have to do in this account at this age, you say, okay, I just want to be taking 7% off this portfolio. So even if the portfolio continuously make just 10%, you take 7%, which will still be about $160,000
Correct.
to leave off. You're still gonna leave close to $3 million to your next generation. And they can still continuously just take just the profit out of this portfolio.
Yeah.
And this portfolio will just continuously grow and grow and grow. This is how the Rockefellers, this is how the Vanderbilts, this is how all these rich people, they built riches and built generational wealth with a family office. If you have a portfolio like this, you don't just die and just leave it there. No, this is something that you're talking about your fifth generation, your
Hmm.
10th generation. What about your
Okay.
20th generation to continuously enjoy from this? They can. This is where your kids, when they turn to adulthood, rather than going to Bank of America or Wells Fargo to borrow money, right? To borrow money to buy a house. This is where IUL came into place because these rich people, they didn't just want to give money out without having some kind of an insurance policy. So
Yes.
I, as the son of Dr. Redimo that left $10 million in liquid cash in the stock market. If my great grandkids come to borrow $500 from this
500,000.
portfolio,
Yeah.
500,000 from this portfolio, what happens is my great granddaughter has to take a life insurance
For
policy
that amount of
for
money.
that amount of money, so that when, if anything happens to them,
The policy
while
pays.
the pay policy pays back into
Dr.
this
Dimo, slow down,
portfolio.
slow down, bro. Listen, guys, if you are with us, why don't you leave a comment now? Let's know that you are following what we are saying. Because this is, this is, oh my God. Man, the day I understood this, Dr. Dimo, I almost flew out of the house.
Yep.
What you are saying right now, guys, I hope people are listening to us. If you are listening to us, write in the comment, listening. Guys, listen, let me tell you something, people. The good people listening to us right now. What Dr. Edimo just explained, that is the next level that is the first level of generational wealth. Think about it. $10 million, generating 10% a year, that is $1 million. A child from your lineage needs 500,000 to buy their new home. They don't need to take no goddamn mortgage paying $2,000 a month. No. They come to the trust. The
Yep. The
trust
family
lends them
bank.
$500,000. They
Yep.
buy an index universal life insurance policy for $500,000. And the
Yep.
money they are supposed to be paying the mortgage, they are paying the premium for that insurance policy. Madam, sir, isn't that the case, Dr. Edimo?
That is
Thank you
it.
for explaining that stuff, bro. I hope people are understanding what is going on. I hope people, that is how you guarantee that 20 generations after you, money will never run out. Because
Yep.
in this example, Dr. Edimo, we are looking at here, you said the guy is taking 160,000, which is about 70%, 7%,
Yep.
sorry.
7%.
So
Yeah.
the money is still growing at a net of 3%, minus,
Absolutely.
if you take the
That's why.
deduction.
Yeah. That's why I said this money will just continuously grow.
Dr. Edimo, I want us to actually do it. Let's put the capital here of 2.2, right?
Okay.
$2,281,000,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yep.
So now that guy is you are just chopping you the growth.
Yep.
So this thing, let's even just put 50 years,
Yeah.
right?
For 50 years. Yep.
It's going, and now it's going to be, let's just put the net growth, which is 3%,
Okay.
right? So which means if you continue to do that same thing for the next 50 years, taking out
Yep.
160,000 every year, in 50 years, that amount will move from 2 million to 10.8 million.
Yes.
So the 7% will no longer be 7% of 2 million,
It'll
it will
be
be 7%
3%.
of 10 point. Guys, sometimes when Dr. Jimo and I get excited, I hope you guys see why.
Yeah. And this is just the power of compound interest.
That's it.
And that's one of the reasons we tell people start investing early. Time in the market is the biggest reward you always have. Time in the market is better than time in the market. A lot
Any
of
day.
us we've made those mistakes that you start investing with $10,000 when it gets to 25, you think you've hit the jackpot. You withdraw it and you start again. No. If you go back to that schedule, go back to that schedule, go back to this schedule that we are talking about right now. Just scroll down. Scroll. There come a point in time here, just at 3%. Go back up and just put 10% on this return. Put
Mm,
10%
mm,
return on
mm,
this. So
mm.
let's
So
simply
which
say
means
you are
now
not
you have
even
some
you are
extra
not
money. You are not touching
no
this one no
you are
more.
not touching this thing. Yes. And put $1 on additional contribution. You're not putting anything in this account.
Yes.
And let's see the magic. What else do you want to tell me, man? What else do you want to tell me?
This is mad.
Scroll,
This is
scroll, scroll, scroll to the bottom. Scroll to the bottom. Scroll to the bottom. At this point, every year you're making $24 million.
mm.
What do you want to tell me, brother?
Okay. Dr. Dimo, Now, so you are telling us that you can even position this thing in your will and in your trust to make sure that it happens this way.
The way you do this,
Yes.
if I have money like this, before I go
No,
to do
no,
an well,
no. I'm saying
listen,
that. No, I'm saying that before you go, maybe you have only 3 million, but you have done the extrapolation, and you know that
you
if
can
they continue
pose
investing it a certain way, it will be like this. You can lock it down
absolutely.
in your irrevocable trust,
I do
and
an
nobody can change it.
irrevocable trust, and I put on that irrevocable trust a line item. Whoever disputes this trust should be kicked out of the trust.
Hey guys, listen. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and staying this long with us. But I hope you're finding some value. We are fun-loving people, but we talk about serious things. We try to make it light-hearted. But I hope you guys are really understanding what we're talking here. I hope you guys find some value in the things we're talking because this stuff is no fluff. This is not a movie. This is no video game. This is real life. This is compound interest. It's not something we invented. It's something we just inherited because we decided to be curious to understand. This will happen for us. It will happen for you if you get serious about your life. There is nothing you can do about compound interest. You cannot stop it. The only thing you can do is to accompany it or at least position yourself in a way that the compound interest pushes you across the line. Guys, I opened the show by saying that there is no reason why anybody who is 30 years old has been working for over 10 years, living in the part of the world where they get paid consistently, and you have access to a stock market like the US stock market, and where you are right now, you have a $3,000 problem, and you cannot solve that problem without taking a loan, using your credit card, taking payday loan and things like that. It means the problem is not the money, the problem is you.
Yeah.
The problem is you. You have to be honest with yourself. The problem is you because
Mhm.
facilities like this exist for
Yep.
you to be able to multiply your money. So, Dr. Edimo, I know we're coming
I
to
want
the
us.
top of the hour.
I want us to do one more. I want us
Please.
to show to show your audience how most people invest,
Yes, sir.
so that they see the difference of building wealth and what we are playing with the market. Okay, let's start. Put on starting amount $1,000,
1,000, yes. Okay.
and
That's 10,000. Mhm.
yeah, and they every month puts monthly put $400.
Okay. Which most people should be able to afford.
Yeah, then
Mhm.
right now just put 5 years
5 years. Okay. At 10%.
at 10%.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's see what that will
calculate
give
that.
us. Gives us 32,000. We only put in 24,000, but we're able to make a growth. We're able to grow the money by
At 7,000.
7,000. Yes.
So
In those 5 years.
when somebody sees this, they're not motivated. They'll be like, "Oh, for 5 years, if I put 400, is this is all." But majority of them don't even have $32,000 in their bank account.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Majority of them don't even have $10,000 in their bank account on emergency. But all they want to do is they are looking for Ponzi schemes. They are looking for quick ways, cloud boost kind of ways of making money. The quick 500 year and 400 year every week. But when you show somebody like this, you will make money. It's gonna grow. It starts to grow small. This same person doing same thing rather than 5 years. Let's put 25 years.
Okay. It's 25. Okay. Okay.
That's 500,000.
Okay. So you're telling
Doing,
me, Dr. Jimo, I came to America 25 years ago. So you are
yep,
telling me that if when I came to America, my first paycheck, I put $1,000 down and I started investing $400 a month, I would have 500,000 today.
at the minimum. The S&P 500 has averaged about 12%. So if you put 12% there, just the S&P 500, that's what you could have had in that account today.
Oh, so if it was 12%, I would have about 700,000.
Yes.
Wow.
So those people that are in their 20s, it doesn't matter where you're working. Those people that are in their 20s, even if you're working at McDonald's or at TJ Maxx, maybe you should drive Uber to make $200 every month and invest every month, every 2 weeks. People, you should do as many jobs to invest.
Yeah.
If your current job right now, again, I'll repeat this, you should do as many jobs as you can in order to enable you to invest in the stock market. If your current job right now doesn't facilitate you to do that, it's high time to go look for the second job. If a second job gives you just $100 every week, that will be $400 a month. And your account in 20 years, just putting that in S&P 500, you have close to 700,000 or more in that account. But if you
Okay.
don't do that, you have zero.
So which
Because most
means,
people, yeah,
Mhm. Dr. Dimo, I think you make a wonderful point. You make, I don't know, sometimes you speak, I don't know if you realize exactly what it means. It's so powerful. Because what you are saying is that if this is a 20-year-old guy or girl who starts doing this for 400, by the time they are 45 years old, they have 691,000. So you are telling me that at the age of 45, if they say they want to retire at 65, they can leave
yep,
that $691,000 and do
mhm,
nothing else, don't contribute nothing for the next 20
nothing.
years,
Put zero there. Put $1.
nothing for
Just
the
put
next 20
$1.
years,
Yeah,
and then let me see where they'll be. And then they'll be at 6 million by the time they turn 65.
it's not
Guys,
rocket science.
this is mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
This is mind-blowing, guys. I hope everybody is seeing what we are seeing here. This thing doesn't lie. Compound interest does not lie. It's not a creation of an individual who can make some machinations. We didn't create this application. This is an investment calculator, calculator.net. Open it on your own computer and do it. If this doesn't motivate you, if this doesn't drive you crazy to go out there, and even if your goal is just to invest hard for 10, 15 years and stop, then I don't
Yep.
know what else will motivate you for your own life. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, Dr. Dimo, because what you are telling me here, I came to America at 23. So if I had followed this plan you gave me, by the time I would be,
Eh,
okay, that was 25 years. So I stopped at this
yes,
thing.
and 20. So
By the time
45.
I
At
will be
45.
65, I'll
Yep.
have this amount of money looking at me. And at 65,
Absolutely.
I'm still a
And
young
look
man
at it.
bouncing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Woo.
What can you do with such? Scroll down to that schedule. Scroll down to that schedule. Scroll down. Look
Mhm.
at look at what you're making a year. A year. It's over $700,000 in profits. Can you live on $700,000
And just
at
growth.
65? No
Wow.
way.
Wow.
So even if you
Wow.
decide to just say you want to squander, you want to drive a brand new car every year and stuff like that, you take half of that, 350K. The remainder 350 keeps compounding into that. And it's just gonna grow wild. It's just gonna grow wild. That's why
And
I said that's why you see the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers, that is still the one of the most richest family in America. They don't talk too much about them, but it's because of this, and it's because of the family office that they had. So their money just keep multiplying. And you see a lot of these folks that they say they hire hedge fund. We beat the hedge fund guys. Even with all the market volatility, we are making 20 something percent return.
mhm.
Somebody that has hundreds of millions of dollars to manage, all they have to do is to make 10, 15% return.
Yeah.
That is hundreds of millions addition to that.
And you know the beautiful
So,
thing? By the time you even get to your late 50s, maybe 60s, you've already paid off your home, which is your number one expense. So
oh
basically,
man,
even if you're pulling out 5% of this amount, which is
man,
350,000, you don't even have things to spend on it because
a
most of
lot
your
of
expenses are down.
yeah, a lot of these people they don't have mortgages. You see somebody having money like this, why should they be having a mortgage?
Dr. Edimo, man, you know what? It was a brilliant conversation. Thank you so much for hopping on today. And guys, if you're still with us, thank you very much. If you have any question, drop it in the comment. Don't forget to register for the upcoming seminar on Monday, the 24th at 5 p.m. Central Time. In the comment section, we have the link for the registration. Any parting words, Dr. Edimo?
Oh man, it's always a pleasure. Again, if you haven't registered for the upcoming masterclass, this is going to be a masterclass to showcase what investing can take you to. This is just the tip of an iceberg, guys. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down so that even a third grader can understand. So if you have kids, let them join because we're gonna
Absolutely.
really break it down. And again, just it's a pleasure to always be here. We are working towards opening our brokerage, our firm, our advisory firm. Again, the name, we'll be putting all of that in the next couple months, but
Mhm.
we're transitioning, guys.
Awesome.
We have been in that situation of helping the middle class, the folks that didn't have access to this. So during this time, take advantage of these guys. There are not that many people like us doing what we're doing and at the price that we're charging. What we do, we could have been targeting just the wealthy and make the big bucks out of it. But we're targeting you and I because we know where we're coming from. While this is still available and affordable to you, I'll advise you to take advantage of it because the affordability will not last. And you will regret that you did not take advantage of what when we had that time when it was affordable. Reach out at Smart. Reach out to my brother here, Gustav. Each and every one of us will be more than happy to talk to you and guide you through the process. Until next time, brother, thank you.
Hey, absolutely, Dr. Edibo. Thank you for hopping on, guys. I hope you found some value in all the things we've been talking about today. Again, knowledge without action is as good as no knowledge, right? So we don't have a problem of information and knowledge in the new economy. We have a problem of people who are willing to take action, people who are willing to go forward and move on this. And your first step in the action taking is to be able to already get into master classes from people who do what they say they're going to do, who know what they're doing to start guiding you. Guys, trust me, the turnaround is not complex. The only complexity is in your own determination and your own desire to want to see a change in your life. If you're new to the channel, my name is Gustav B. Achu. I'm the founder of the You Are Enough brand. And on this platform, what we do is we help people uncover their purpose. We teach them how to invest in assets to build wealth. And in that process, also help to build a lasting legacy to make sure that their names are never forgotten in the sands of time. So if you are new, if it's your first time watching us today, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know how you enjoyed not only the program, but all other topics that you would like us to address because we do this every week, right? So we'll see you again in the next one. And until the next time, be well, be blessed, and by all means, never stop being a blessing to somebody. Bye for now. Take care, Dr. Edimo.
Take care, brother.